Good afternoon and welcome to Rubbin Minds. My name is Isabella Adediji. It was hoped that when this administration last year under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced the removal of subsidy on PMS, that the fuel queues will come to a permanent end. Alas, it's been weeks now. Nigerians have had to grapple with fuel queues and increased costs despite the removal of subsidy. A lot of questions are in the air as we now have a refinery making petrol available to Nigerians, refining here in Nigeria. Does this affect the price of petrol? Does it mean we're going to have an end to the queues? A lot of questions. Nigerians need answers as this has affected the cost of transportation, goods and services, amongst record high levels of inflation. To discuss this fuel scarcity, the potential of local refining in Nigeria, and much more, I have with me a policy, research, and development expert in the person of Israel Fawale. Israel, welcome to Rubbin Minds.
Yeah, thank you so much, Isabella. Thank you. It's good to be here again.
I think the first question I'm going to ask is something that Nigerians tend to ask these days. How much did you buy petrol for, whether it's for your car or for your generator?
Oh, okay. So I think it depends on location. In my location in Ibadan, we are buying fuel for 1,200 naira.
1,200. Have you had any chance of buying petrol here in Lagos?
No.
Okay, 1,200 naira. Now, if you go online and if you go to some of the petrol stations here in Lagos, you'd see 855, 895. Wow. And let's not talk about black markets going as high as 2,000 naira. I think the biggest question is, why do these fuel queues still linger? What's the problem?
Oh, okay. So I think one of the major problems why the fuel queue still lingers in Nigeria borders around our over-reliance on importation of fuel. That is one of the reasons why I feel that, the fuel queues is going to continue to linger for a very long time. Another reason I feel there's going to be continuous fuel queues in Nigeria is if the government refuses to invest enough in local refinery capabilities. If we don't have local refinery capabilities, we are going to continue to spend a lot of money importing, fuel, and that is, itself, a damage to our economy. So there's going to be continued queue until we start local production in Nigeria before some of them. We can also have control over the prices before some of these queues in Nigeria, would reduce.
So you're confident that with local refineries, we would have reduced prices. And why is that so when a lot of the transactions still happen in dollars and right now the market is free? So if it is cheaper to import, will marketers still feel a need to buy locally once our refineries are up?
Okay, so I feel that, the import cost is a big, amount of money on its own. And when that is no longer there, I feel marketers would not have any excuse for them to give, high prices on fuel, prices in the country. So that's why I feel that once we start producing, refining, fuel that we use within the country, the transport, the import cost would reduce. And that would apparently also, impact the prices of fuel in Nigeria.
And what are some of the effects of this lingering queues? How does it affect everybody? How does it affect businesses? Because I think it's nice that we're sitting down here and we're saying 1,200, but it seems like Nigerians are just going on and on, like they're just adapting. But what's the long-term effect of this?
It's so much, and where do I start from? Inflation is one of the things. When there is increase in fuel price, you see the price of services, the price of goods apparently gets increased over time. And this also has its cascade effect on Nigerians. Buying power will reduce because there is serious inflation, right? Earning power also is not increasing. It reduces buying power. Again, there is it has its very serious effect. Like I said, buying power is going to increase output capacity, productivity of companies too, either large scale company or small scale, is also going to reduce, and this would, cost price would increase, and this will result in, cutting down of, their services, for example, either sacking of workers or retrenching workers, and also cutting down on their output as well. So this is going to affect, it affects us, all around, because people will lose their job. They get back into the market looking for means to get, means for their livelihood. So it has a lot of serious, effect. If we want to talk about the impact on health as well, it has its relationship with our, what do you call it? So it's a form of social determinant of health, because when people are not earning better and good, the quality of life also reduces, and of course over the time is also telling on the health, and of course there is a relationship between work and health. So these are cascade effect that comes with continuous queues, continuous inflation in fuel prices in Nigeria.
Now, earlier on, one of the solutions you said is that local refineries.
Right.
Like if we have local refineries that are making this product available, we don't have to spend so much on importing.
Right.
Now, how confident are you in our local refineries, be it private or public refineries?
Okay, so my confidence, I can't say I have 100% confidence, but I can say if the government is serious and genuine, the government knows that they must put in place friendly policies, either for government or private refineries. There must be friendly policies, rather regulatory policies or price policies that makes the production environment, the business environment suitable for both the government setting and private setting. So it is not all dependent on either we have refineries or not. It also depends on the policies that government puts in place to make life easy, to make operational processes easy for these refineries. Either they are government, like I said, or either they are privately owned.
What are other solutions beyond the refineries? Because it does take time before the local refineries are able to meet the demand. And we know that we rely on PMS for a lot of things, whether
Right.
it's powering generators
Right.
or our cars. Now, what are other solutions that the government can introduce in the short term to sort of attack this issue, because it has so many effects, like cascading effects? What should the government be doing now?
So right now, we know that there is serious inflation. Tax breaks are very, very important. There should be tax breaks. The government also should create serious form of incentives for government workers. I mean, we've seen some state government that says, oh, okay, my workers, instead of coming to work for 5 days, work from home, come only 2 days. Some are saying come 3 days. So these are some of, things I feel, policies I feel would actually really reduce the cascade effects, of this problem. So the government should, be empathetic enough to understand that, yes, there is high cost of fuel. People don't get. In fact, I see people in Ibadan, for example, now on skateboards, rolling bicycles, and you see people in the neighborhood will say, yeah, Mr. Labaja, are you going to work tomorrow? Please, I'll join you. I'll park my fuel, but I'll be going on Friday, so you don't have to carry your car. So people are appearing also looking for alternatives. So what the government needs to do is to be sensitive to the sensibilities of people. Yeah, giving incentive, tax breaks are very, very important. Periodic incentives are very important that we cannot emphasize in a time like this when there is problems. Incentives such as, food incentive, because this kind of problem that we have also have serious cascade effects on our food security. And these are serious problems that the government cannot afford, to entertain, because it is just the primary issue that will keep bringing another secondary issue, and from there we have another. So other things that I feel the government should invest heavily in is renewable energy, clean energy. Solar panels should be, given to people at subsidized rates, either at mortgage prices that people can pay for a very long time. So those are some of the things I feel the government should put in place. Clean energy incentives, are some of the alternatives that the government can immediately put in place to mitigate the effects of the fuel queues and, fuel prices that is currently skyrocketing.
And how long do Nigerians have to wait to see some of the benefits or the promised rewards of this removal of subsidy? And I think the final question will be, we've seen the price of oil increase from 600 and around the 600 mark to about 800 mark, depending on where you are in Nigeria, because we know that beyond Lagos, it gets more expensive. Are we expecting increased prices, or is this the end? Or maybe we'll start to see reduced prices?
So if the government is not proactive, I mean, we have seen worse. I don't want to believe there is still anything worse than what we are currently seeing. But if the government is not proactive enough, I can tell you categorically that we are still going to see the extreme worst. We are at the worst now. Nobody would have ever imagined from 87 naira or from 20 to 60 naira, now 87 naira to 120 naira. We are now buying fuel for 1,200. So if the government is not proactive enough, and what are the proactive measures that the government should do? Investing heavily in local refinery capabilities, either for private organizations or public organizations, there would be serious problems. Also, the government must, as a matter of urgency, invest in alternative energy source, for the people. If there are no alternative and we keep, we keep up with our over dependence on, importing of fuel, what do you call it, importation of fuels, there's going to be continuous problems. And of course, if care is not taken, we'll start buying, a liter of fuel for 3,000 naira.
Well, we hope that we won't have to buy a liter of fuel for 3,000 naira. That will really skyrocket. Thank you very much, Israel Fawale, policy research and development expert, for your contributions.
Thank you so much.
Here on Rubbin Minds.
Thank you so much.